Yo, what's good? What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? Man, we had a marathon last night. Man. Had a few people jump on. Legion of Knicks. I'm sorry, not Legion of Knicks podcast. I'm sorry, that's not his name. It's what did he say? What did Chef Zay call him? He called them um the Knicks podcast of Legion or something. He said it like 6 times in a row. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy. So, hey, so I'm gonna be on live a few times today. And so well, not a few, I guess um a couple times. And so I'm gonna jump on real quick, but I won't stay. That way I can run some errands today, and then I can jump on like right after the game, and then the Knicks at Night podcast, but also for the Lawrence Tears Debate League, because guys are really wanting to get at each other. So let me do this really quick, okay?
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal for how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
So it's game day. It's game day. The Knicks have a game at 1 p.m. Wow. The Knicks have a game at 1 p.m. and we play Portland. Right? Wow. So I'm looking at what happened to Brooklyn last night. So Brooklyn lost to Toronto. That, my friends, is a shocker. So let me do the shout outs really quick. So Andy N, what's good? Black Andy, what's happening? Will Beggs, what's good? Andrew College, what's happening? Brooklyn Alpha is in the building. CS Hoops, what's good? The Ghetto Intellect is in the building. What's good? 0.5, what's happening? Delano Steele is in the building. What's good? Man of Steel. Stephen Fox, what's good? Evergreen G, what's good, man? I see you. Evergreen G is a fan favorite. The Evergreen G, what's good? What's good? What's good? So how y'all doing this morning? How y'all feel out there? Anton Cates, what's good? SJ3, what's happening? Bodega Wi-Fi, what's happening? How y'all feel out there? Jason Alba, what's good? What's good? So the Knicks have Portland this morning. I mean, not this. Well, I guess it is this morning, man. For me, it's like at 1 o'clock, man. So we have Portland. Is Dame Lillard playing today? So will there be a Damian Lillard signing? I hope so. I would love to see the Knicks beat Portland with Dame Lillard. I would love to see that. Right. I think Portland barely they wiggled away from us last week. Referees giving them calls and all kind of whatever. It's frustrating me, man. Because our margin of error is not one where we can have the referees give the other team calls. And I think that ghost foul on Randall is going to be one that we're still going to be talking about deep into the summer. When we look back, when we do the season and review, I think it's going to be one where we'll look back at that game and say, you know, well, if the referees would have did what referees are supposed to do, we'd have won. Right? Man is still said, congratulations to Obi Toppin on his signing with Jordan Brand officially. Wow. Wow. Congrats, Obi Toppin. Congratulations, Obi. And what happened to Puma? What happened to Puma? Puma's not signing guys anymore. Wasn't there like a Puma train for rookies and such? I guess that was just last year. I guess that was just last year. So what do y'all think about this Portland game? What do y'all think about this Portland game, man? How y'all feeling about our chances against Portland? Yeah, so I'm just checking out some stuff, just making sure I hadn't missed anything. Yeah, Bodega Wi-Fi. Don't forget to vote for Randall. Don't forget to vote for Randall as an all-star. And LaMelo signing with Puma frustrates me because I felt like the big baller brand thing had a bunch of steam, and you know, I feel like it was set up for those kids to take advantage of big baller brand by the time they established themselves in the NBA. I mean, to be honest with you, it was a great idea in theory.
Hold on, let me turn on my off. Top of the morning, baby. Let's go. It's game day. It's now or never. Where my Knicks fans at? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. I'm excited, man. But you know what? Between now and the time the game starts, I have to do like a gazillion things.
Good.
Right?
I could get a nap.
Yeah, I have to do like a good.
I thought you was gonna take me right up to game time.
No,
I could get me a nap in. I'd have had my breakfast ready for the morning drive. I skipped on the Blanche tea. I went with the orange juice. You know, I got to keep the body fresh for game time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yo, man. Great show last night. Sim popped through. Salute to Sim, the MBK fam. Yo, you guys fell a little off the rails on me though a little bit, man.
Yeah, the Knox at Night podcast is a real thing, man.
It's a real thing, and so what happened was I think we confused who Kevin Knox is with who Frank Ntilikina is. Look, Frank Ntilikina is a lot of things. He absolutely lacks confidence and that understanding that you got to go punch, but he's an athletic player, Freezy. And last night we were saying, well, he ain't fast, he ain't explosive. He's an athletic player. He just don't have that understanding of where to get in the game. He used to pick up his dribble. He knew how to dribble a little bit, but as soon as he got across that and they picked him up saying, we're going to we're gonna chump you off, Frank. And he would come
Right.
across half court, say, "All right, I did my job. I got the ball past half court." They would trap him.
Yep.
But he is athletic and he has decent foot speed. He does.
Yeah. I don't know.
He's kept some fast guards in front of him. He's had some good defensive moments on Westbrook. He's athletic. He's just but as we told our young lad Mo, our homie, love you, Mo. You can't just have athleticism and you can't just have smarts. The best players put the smarts with the athleticism and they're elite. So
right.
So Kevin Knox is not the most athletic guy in the world.
Yeah, well, and man, I'll be honest with you, man. If they're gone this summer, I mean, I ain't even, you know what I'm saying? Y'all be like, y'all be like, Uncle Freezy, you remember Kevin Knox? I'll be like,
so you said whatever their flaws are, as long as their bags is packed, you don't care. Is that the real crux of the issue?
No, it's like, and I'm gonna be fair, and when I say this, right, when the ghetto intellect comes on the show, right, he's memorable, right, but then there were others that come on, and they say Kevin Knox needs more minutes, or they say Alfred Payton can't shoot, and I'll be like, well, okay, so is there more to this? And they'll say, well, Alfred Payton can't shoot, Uncle Freezy. And then I'll be like, well, okay, you just stated the obvious, but is there more to this? Right? And so they'll be like, but you're not feeling me. Alfred Payton can't shoot. And I'm like, no, I'm feeling you. I'm just not feeling this conversation. But then the ghetto intellect will just jump on the screen and don't have to say a thing, don't have to say a word. Like the ghetto intellect is our RJ Barrett. Like we know he ain't going there. We know he a star.
I'm giving it every game. I'm giving it every game. Right.
And even when the shot's not falling, you pick it up in other areas. You know what I'm saying? It happens to everybody. Sometimes I jump on and my shot's not falling. But I'm gonna pick it up I'm gonna bring energy and pick it up.
No, your presence is felt. When you step in the room, they know you're in the room.
Right. So with Kevin Knox played 19 minutes, and you look at his stat line, and you like, so what did he do in 19 minutes? And then you think back to the game, and you're like, well, I thought that I don't even remember him playing. So basically, to summarize, what I'm getting at is, hey man, every guy drafted is not gonna make it. It's musical chairs, bro. It's musical chairs. And sometimes when the music stops and you don't have a chair, I'm sorry.
You can't just pull it. You can't do what I used to do, and you can't just pull the chair.
See, you went after the chair. See, I went after the kids. Even when the music stopped, I was pushing jokers down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you were smarter than me. You were smarter than I was. You were smarter than I was.
See, I wasn't as big as you were, so my brawn wasn't weak, but I just realized, oh, I could get more with this than I can with my brawn. Right. So I'm gonna use the brain.
Right.
So
And so what's Kevin Knox using? What's Kevin Knox using? Nothing. Kevin Knox is slowly disappearing into the night, and what's happening is people are wanting to fight for Kevin Knox because of the emotional attachment of hearing his name drafted by the commissioner. But Kevin Knox has not provided you with a memorable stretch of games or a memorable playoff moment or that one time he dunked on LeBron. There is none of that with Kevin Knox.
And why Knicks fan was so upset with, and this is what Kevin W can't do. I understand, because he never says it. 60% of the current NBA players, some of them have super max contracts. Right. They wish they were built like Kevin Knox.
Right.
They wish they could wake up in Kevin Knox's body. And that's what we can't get around. You got that body, and you not an elite player or even an average player in the NBA. That's what we can't. 6'10", lean. He could pack the muscle on. I mean, he could look like Giannis if he want. He
Right.
could look like whatever he wants to.
Right.
He got that frame.
If
Those
he
genetics.
wanted to. Right. If he wanted to. Right. And so people will say, well, his development is slow because he wanted to be a football player first, and then he got too big for football, and then now he just played. No, I don't want to hear that, man, because Kevin Knox is the state of Florida's all-time leading scorer. You know who record he broke? Vince Carter. Don't be telling me Kevin Knox don't have heart. I mean, don't have like the heart for basketball, right?
That's
Kevin
a stat
Knox.
that Kevin Knox is the all-time high school leading
When Kevin
scorer.
Knox, when Kevin Knox left high school, he was the state of Florida's all-time leading scorer, and he obliterated Vince Carter's former record. Obliterated it, right? Like Kevin Knox broke the record like at the beginning of his senior year, and then played the whole senior year, right? Is I think how the story was told to me. Yes, right. But then he goes to Kentucky, and it doesn't. Man, Kevin Knox was getting recruited by Duke, Kansas, and Kentucky. I mean, those cats were bidding up to the last minute for Kevin Knox, right?
So he could have went to any blue blood he wanted to.
Right. You don't accidentally go to Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? You don't just accidentally go to Kentucky, especially as a wing player. You know what I'm saying? You don't accidentally go to Kentucky, right? And so the thing is with Knox is Kevin Knox is just not, he's just not the guy. It's just not in him. The people are saying like, you know, he Kevin Knox this, Kevin Knox that. Oh, he's shooting 40% from three. Man, you don't find guys that athletic at 6'9", 6'10", whatever he is, right? People say all these things, right? And then we draft a guy that's the same size that can do the stuff that Kevin Knox does, and is probably more athletic. You know what I'm saying? So 2 years later, we found a guy at his size that's better. You know what I'm saying? So I can't. I just can't.
It don't make sense. It don't make sense.
I just can't do it with Kevin. Now with Frank, with Frank, I think if Frank had been, say for instance, and I'm gonna throw a wild scenario out, right? Say, let me pull up. I want to pull up something real quick before I go deep into Frank. Pause.
Oh yeah, pause.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, while you doing stats, how does Chuck just come in to the show loud and wrong with some random stats, and he's claiming that he's teaching us something about how quickly get his fouls? I need Chuck, you gotta get it together, bro. I wish you could come wake up this morning. You know what? I'm gonna start assuming when you have a good and bad night at the casino. And you must have had a bad night at the casino and said, I'm going on a Knicks at night drive, and I'm going to teach them something. I'm going on Blonde's Tears. I'm going to teach them something. Because you just came in and talk about what quickly does, and everybody's like, I was watching the show like, how
like what are we even talking about, Chuck?
How awkward is this?
Right. That's what I'm saying. With Chuck, like Chuck, what are we even talking about? Like so we were headed in a certain way. Joe Madden was looking forward to it for a few days because he had asked me. He was like, "Yo, I like doing this GM
the
thing."
GM thing, yeah,
right. And so he was like, "Yeah, I kind of like doing." And there is a small group of people that really dig that. You know, it's not a lot of people. Probably, I think it's like 30 or 40 people. They kind of dig that, and it, you know, off night, whatever. No, game the next day, and so Chuck comes in. I'm just going to tell you about quickly. And so I'm like, Chuck, stop being a quickly hater. Chuck, you are
I'm not hating. I'm just letting you know what it is. And we're like, but we didn't ask you. Right. You know, the funny part is, like, I know you heard of it, but to the young folks in the chat, there's a saying called the bull in the china shop.
Right.
You don't ever want to be in the China shop. You want to move around. Everything's expensive. Chuck just came through knocking all the expensive China on the floor.
Busting in the door. You know what I'm saying? Busting all in the door. And so that's my man, right? But still there's some etiquette to it, right? There's some etiquette to when you're handling, like when you're doing a live stream, there's some etiquette that you use. Like for instance, when the ghetto intellect appears on the screen, the etiquette is not to continuing, your thing. You're like, oh, look what it is. It's the ghetto intellect. How you doing? You know what I'm saying?
And I get it where I fit in.
Yes, and then you incorporate, right? You incorporate. Maybe the ghetto intellect wants to say something, like maybe he wants to salute the chat, or maybe he wants to come in and speak briefly to the topic that he heard you talking about, and then y'all walk the path together. You're right, but the thing about it is this with Chuck B, and I know I'm all over the place, chat.
No, we good, we good.
But the thing is with my Lawrence Tears debate champions and the former champions, they take carte blanche, you know what I'm saying, with the channel and with the NBK fam.
Because they can take a point of personal preference for sure.
Yeah. They'll I'm just coming in. I ain't gonna stay long. I'm just coming in to say that you're wrong.
Oh, by the way, when he say you ain't gonna stay long, you have no poker face. You say, oh, so you ain't gonna stay long, Chuck? So you just want to say what you got. You just want to say what you got. Go ahead, Chuck. So you're not gonna hang around, Chuck? You made him feel bad. So he's thinking, I just came in. I don't play fake GM. I don't do that fake GM stuff. Right, you were like,
right. And right. Some of it, because listen, man, so for people in the chat. So I have a history of being corporate, right? In past, on my resume, you'll see corporate stuff all the way up and down. But then recently, I got away from being corporate because I got tired of the office setting. I want to do something different, right? But in the corporate setting, you had to have a mean poker face, because when you used to hear something stupid, you had to be like, I can't just tell. I just can't tell my boss that what he just said was stupid. I have to kind of, speak to it with a certain etiquette, right?
That's been a death to me, Freeze. Speaking my mind to my mouth has never been a good thing. Go ahead.
Right. Because there's been times when your boss will say something and it was stupid, right? And others in the room might not realize that it's stupid, but you have to. But it's stupid because you've been privy to some information that others have not, right? And so so in your mind, you're like, this dude is trying to shoot us in the foot, but your face is saying, great idea. Let me think about that some. You know what I'm saying? So when Chuck B came in, I was like, I ain't got to do that no more. My paycheck ain't on the line no more. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear something, I'm like, really, man? But anyways.
But it was a great show for Sim to hang out that long. I just can't, as I pay attention, because when you walk into when you from where we from, you don't just venture to other blocks without understanding the landscape. It ain't. So once I ventured onto your block and you let me interact, I still never ignored the chat. And salute to the chat. It's game day. Let's go, right? So I paid attention to the chat, and I said, well, why does the chat seem like they know him? Like there seemed like there's a connection, but he said he only been doing this for about 2 or 3 weeks. So I started to see the term MBK, and I didn't know what it meant. So then I started seeing Legion come on your show. You go to Legion, Fulio, Cornerstone Kev, Chuck, and y'all would say, well, we'd be, Free Keith, and y'all be saying, well, we would argue on MBK, and I'm like, well, what's MBK? So then I saw Simma Singh in the chat, and y'all would say, well, when we did this with Sim. So one day I said to Simma Singh, Simma Singh, you did a great thing. You pulled everybody together. And everybody started laughing. Yeah. And it was like, and Simma Singh said, oh, Brad thinks I'm Sim, because I thought y'all just cut it short. So then I started to say, well, who the hell's Sim? And then when I saw his show, I said, aha, I get it.
Right.
Now I get it. But for him to understand that y'all still all a family, and you hit on it last night, because Kev W, I love him to death. But I don't know how he's a debate champ. He just don't keep his cool. I mean, I understand my little homie Legion can be testy, tad bit on the arrogant side, but that arrogance is what makes you great.
A dash of pettiness.
And if you're not prepared, you'll feel attacked.
Yep.
So, which is why you always told me about Chuck. Hey, Brad, don't go up against Chuck unless you're ready, because you've seen other people melt down.
Right.
And you didn't want me to melt down. I figured Chuck who he was. He's a big teddy bear.
Right.
But when Kev started disrespecting the show, you put it into that quick. And for Sim to be there, you know what happens sometimes when you got three brothers and the big brothers in the room. The other two brothers start fighting immediately because they want to show the bigger brother who's the more dominant. I think a little of that happened last night, but we all just got to chill, bring our best minds, and improve the experience for the chat. And I think as long as everybody understands, it's not about the video panel, it's about the chat.
Right.
Because the chat, let me tell you something, these folks in the chat is loyal. And and to make sure I stay connected to the people, sometimes at night, I get enough FaceTime at night. I go on Legion when I want to. So at night, I like to sit in the chat. Right. And so the chat is amazing. But hey, listen, at 1:00 in the morning, you expect a little edginess. The brown juice done been flowing.
Right.
So,
Right. And then when the bulls come to market, and those that have ever been to the market, right? I'm talking about the steer market, right? When the bulls come to market, the young bulls get a whiff of the older bulls and they lose their mind. You can't control them, right? You can't. Yes. You can be, man. Listen, you want to sell these young bulls, right? You know what I'm saying? So they can go and make families. These young bulls, you want to sell them so they can go make families. Basically, you know what I'm saying? To not get too deep into whatever, right? The old bulls already done made families, right? They used to it. They like, yo,
get out of here.
Yeah. The old bulls don't even pay the young bulls no attention. Like, oh, you making all that noise over here? I was almost asleep just now. You waking me up out my nap. You know, all that noise, all that fuss and stuff you making over there, young bull. Don't make me come over there. You know what I'm saying? But last night, all the bulls were at the market.
They was in one ring.
Yes. And so the young bull, you know what I'm saying, was making all that. Oh, I'm the young bull. You know what I'm saying? Hey dog, we know you. We know for one, we know you new, and we know you a star. You know what I'm saying? We know, like with Kev W, with Hoodie Kev W, we know Kev got the look. He's smart. He got the voice. Yep. He got the voice. He talented. You know what I'm saying? He committed. So we know all this stuff. So I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to say, hey, young bull, what you saying don't make sense. What I'm saying is, hey, young bull, hey, we all at the market. Like when they call my number for the auction, I'm gonna just go up there and snort in the ground and do all that stuff, scratch the ground with my paw, whatever. And people be like, oh, that old bull, man, he's something. But young bull, when I'm doing that, shut your ass up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when it's your turn, I'm gonna be quiet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
to segue back to something you said this morning, I actually sat back and watched the Brooklyn game. And it was weird. They didn't let Kevin Garnett start. The NBA said he could be made available. So they let him come in and play the second and third quarters. There was a play where they had the review. The NBA came back down and says, no, he has to go back out for COVID contact. And so that had a lot to do with them losing that game yesterday. I don't know what the NBA is doing with this COVID thing. He said he had a contact issue. but they let him play half the game, and then they kicked him out the stadium. But if he's already contaminated, he already contaminated everybody around.
Right.
And so I'm really confused. But so far the Knicks haven't had any issues with COVID. So I'm just hoping that we stay away from it. But that was just really weird to see, especially for the fan. And I'm glad they don't have fans in the stadiums this year, because it would be crazy. They can't figure it out on the court. Never mind. But their defense is porous, bro. Their
Right.
defense is porous. But not, we don't talk about them too much. But I just heard you mention the game.
Right. And so the thing with Brooklyn, in my opinion, and I'm gonna just touch on it just a little bit, man. And then I got to get out of here, because I promised Miss Mocha on Saturdays and Sundays we'll do breakfast. Since I work full time,
Okay.
do some stuff for the community, do the stuff in the live stream, grow on the channel, and all that stuff. So sometimes we just walk past each other inside the house. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the kids ain't here no more, so it's just us and a dog, right? And well, one of my sons is here, but he ain't really here. He here, but he ain't really here.
He obviously teenage age.
He 20 something.
Oh,
yeah, so he here, but he ain't really here.
You're an empty nester like me. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'll make it quick, man. But the thing about Brooklyn is, all they are really looking to do is get to the playoffs. All the stuff that happened during the regular season, they don't care if they win by one, or they don't care if they lose by 1 or 1 million. It don't matter. If they win by 1 or 1 million, it don't matter. All they want to do is be a decent enough seed when the playoff comes, so that they can flex their muscles in the playoffs. The Knicks, on the other hand, we are in a situation where it's like, we need to win. We need to win to improve our confidence, because this team has never won anything. Even the best players on this team have never won anything, collectively or as an individual. Like Julius Randle is not a multiple-time All-Star or an NBA champion. Elfrid Payton has never won Defensive Player of the Year, has never won Offensive Player of the Month, has never been on the All-Star team, has never won a championship, right? So we have stuff to prove, right? What I'm getting at it is, these games that we have coming up, these next 49 games, I think you're going to see the blossoming of 1 or 2 of our guys into legit stars, right? I think Julius Randle is right at the cusp right now. All he needs is more time to play at this level and exposure to the national media, right? That's what he needs, exposure to the national media. RJ Barrett was the number 3 pick in the draft. His profile has always been high on every level. I mean, he was the number 1 high school player in the nation coming out, right? He was the number 1 he was the Gatorade High School Player of the Year. He went to Duke, so his profile is high. And now he plays for the team with the most fans in the world. This basketball team has more fans than any other basketball team in the world, right? But what they have to do is establish themselves. And so I'm asking you, do you think that RJ Barrett is going to be a star? And if so, what's his star timeline look like?
I absolutely believe RJ is going to be a star. I want to give him at least another year and a half safely, conservatively, right. But it could very happen. It could very well happen by February of next year. Right. I'm sure we're going to be through COVID this year. That vaccine is rolling out slow, but it's rolling out. And as long as enough people get it, they'll go back in the stadiums. So once those stadiums, it's going to take for the stadiums to open back up. And he's going to get a great offseason. And he's shown you his ability to put the work in. He really has. And the fact that he can improve his free throw shot lets me know that he can improve his 3-pointer, because that's going to be necessary for him to be the ultimate star. He's going to have to shoot 36% from there and 45% from the field at the number of shots he get at 15 shots a game. he's gonna be an all-star. The problem is it's gonna take for he's got Kyrie Irving here, he's got Harden here, he's got Tatum, so he's got some competition, but the upside is unreal, and more importantly, this is what does make the difference. He plays in New York.
Right.
So as long as we are winning, that does make the difference of playing in New York. Because look at De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is having an elite year. I mean, the numbers are off the chart. His numbers are better than Ja Morant's, clearly across the board. But Ja Morant has almost 1 million more votes than him in the All-Star ballot. So it lets you know that at that level, the balloting counts. The votes count for them. Right. And so, I didn't realize they scheduled the All-Star game too, so we can have that on a conversation on our off game. So Saturday and Sunday is going to be lighter on the podcast schedule, or
well, I want them. So I can, in a perfect situation, I can balance both the Knicks Morning Drive and the Knicks at Night podcast on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, right? When we add the Lawrence Tears Debate League, then things get a little because every time we do the Lawrence Tears Debate League, right? I take this 1.5-hour window. And I'm like, hey, so it's going to be 90 minutes, right? And we're going to zoom through this thing. This thing is going to be super easy, and everybody understands what's going on or whatever. But what happens is, as soon as we start, 1,000 questions come up, and people want to talk trash to each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't have a beef with that. I don't have a beef with that.
It makes for great content.
Right, but it also makes the content super long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because you're gonna have some people complain. Some people are gonna be like, well, the only reason why I lost to Mo the first time is because such and such and such and such. And my deal is, bro, we give you plenty of time after the fact to go over to review it, but a loss is a loss at some point. At some point, you got to take this L and rock with it.
I seen a lot of complaining about the refs last night too.
Because when you get competitive people together, when you get like for instance,
everybody looking for that edge.
Yes. Like for instance, I give you an example. I was like, Rob, don't, and I'm referring to Rob the Nick. I'm like, Rob, don't go into this ring with these young bulls. It's like stepping into quicksand, because you would want to. You're a classy debater, right? So we can isolate you and have you debate against somebody. You know what I'm saying? We can schedule it, hype it up, and have it be, and you can stay in your lane. Rob is old enough and mature enough to understand like all these factors coming in. Like there's a time constraint, right? You got to make sure that you don't do the debate without enough people in the video chat. I mean, in a virtual chat, because people will miss it, and they can watch it on review, right? They can watch the replay, but they want to see it live. They want to get their popcorn ready. They want to have their drinks ready. They want to have all their stuff ready. So when it happens, it can, we can get it on. You know what I'm saying? It just feels better that way. But Rob is like, and then you have this dude on the morning, Uncle Freezy. This dude on the morning, and I'm like, oh, did you just do what I thought you did? Now I gotta be the peacemaker. Now I gotta pull out the white flag and hope that the dude on the morning that he was referring to didn't see it. And then I get on in the morning, and the dude on the morning was like, yeah, I saw it. I saw that dude, Rob the Nick, is just taking a shot. And then I'm like, oh boy. And so it takes away from all the time that you had set up to do it in the first place to kind of put out these. And so anyways, what I'm getting at is the Lawrence Tears Debate League is something special.
Very.
It's something special, man. Yeah. It's something very special. It gives the viewers and participants and the family something that's continuous and competitive, and so when they look back on it, they have a place, like they're in the rankings and all that stuff. So, but anyway,
well, you better tell them that they cut into my morning content, and we had to cut my programming short to set them up right today. So tell them they better be on their A game tonight, because I don't appreciate my show getting cut.
Right. Well, hey man, I apologize, man. Some of that has to do with that lady I've been with for like 30 years. Me and her like to go hold hands
Mocha,
and you know what I'm saying, walk around with our matching outfits on, man, and you know what I'm saying. It's just something about that. Like last night we went, and I know I'm boring the chat to death, but I'm gonna just say this real quick. So last night we went sneaker shopping, right? We were trying to find some matching Air Max, right? And so the young fellas in the chat is like, oh, that's so corny, Uncle Freezy, you a cornball. Nah, bro, nah. You know, you cultivate relationships. You cultivate relationships by doing some of the like by smoothing the edges off some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like GI and myself, like the relationship between me and the ghetto intellect is one. Evergreen G in the building. What's good?
Peace. What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody doing good.
How you?
Hey, we about to smash the Oregon snail slayers. That's what we about to do tonight.
The Oregon snail slayers.
The Oregon snail slayers. You know what I'm saying? That's what we here for. You know. Hope
I see you got your
doing well.
I see you got your gym thing on this morning. You ain't
I just came out the gym. You know how I go. I had to get. I've been listening to y'all bump y'all gums for the last hour. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow, that's a military term. That's a military term all day.
Bumping gums. You know what I'm saying?
You may as well smoke if you got them.
Yeah, smoke if you got them. Now it's your final chance.
Yeah, because we're about to move out in 5 minutes. I always see that nobody smoking their formation.
Nah, they don't tell you when you about to move. They just tell you it's happening. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They just tell you it's going down. They don't give you no time hack. Hurry up and wait. That's what I say. But I had to wait my turn. You know what I'm saying? I was in the gym. I was like, let me wait my turn before I jump on a day. So I just want to say this, right? I want to apologize to you, Freezy. I want to apologize to you because I have not been on the show to debate yet.
First of all, you hadn't been on nearly enough.
Nearly enough. Fair enough. So I apologize for that. I'm like the old man. I'm like the true old man. Like y'all be streaming super early in
Evergreen, I'm trying to ask you a question. Let me ask you this question first.
What's up?
Hey, how's Pops doing?
He's good. He's doing well. No complaints over there. Talked to him every other day. He's doing good.
Okay.
Well.
Yeah, I hadn't heard from him in like a year or so. So I just wanted to make sure he was all right.
Yeah. He good. He's still out in Vegas doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he doesn't listen to the show. But he's been bugging me about when the front stoop coming back. You know, he old, so I'm trying to explain to him like, oh, got taken down because of whatever people content. He don't understand that. He just keep bugging me about the show. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get to that. But
yeah, man.
So what I was saying was so just so the fans understand, what Freezy has is the debate league. When you put those two words together, it automatically turns into a competition. Automatically, regardless of age, understanding, it automatically turns into a competition. Now, the reason that I haven't been on the show to debate, that's why I jump in every now and then, throw my 2 cents in, but I haven't been on the show to debate is because
I haven't been.
Well, see, and this what happens. You see what happened? You see what just happened? He tried to turn it into a competition again. I get it. You got to sell tickets, my guy. I got you.
No, man.
No, listen. Hold on. Let me get it off. Right. What Intellect said was it's good content, right? When I come in and I converse with all Knicks fans about stuff, I'm not doing it in a matter of debating or trying to be right. Because that's what you have. When you have everybody going against each other, they're trying to be right in order to gain some level of popularity within the fan base, within the chat. And they do it for a gratification standpoint. You feel me? I'm doing when I come on and I speak my piece, whether it's MBK, whether I jump on Legion for a couple minutes, or whether I come here, I'm doing it in a matter of trying to get more logical information so that I can justify a point. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not so when I say I can't lose at a debate, it's not that I'm trying to be cocky and arrogant and saying that I can't lose. It's because there's nothing in it for me. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not here trying to flex my muscles to be the guy at the top of the list that's holding the belt to say, look how intelligent I am. I'm looking at it from like a Thomas Sowell's point of view. I'm here to try to, and for those of you I don't know who Thomas Sowell is, look him up. One of the greatest, in American history, one of the greatest quote unquote debaters and innovators in economics and from the 1930. I want to say he passed away in 2019. Anyway, I'm looking at it from a standpoint of what comparisons is the other person making to try to justify their point, and doesn't make sense. Because my mind could be easily changed. Somebody could say something crazy and be like, oh, Kevin Knox is the greatest jump shooter on the planet, right? Somebody could say that, and I'm like, as opposed to me jumping down their throat and be like, what? You're a nut. I'm like, go on. Like, feed me more information so I can see where you're coming from, right? So I think the reason I came on to say that is because yes, you're here to put out content and entertainment. A few things as far as debating platform, which is going to stop the young bulls from tearing up the China shop. If you come from the aspect of trying to figure out, okay, what are you here to gain as a debater? What are you here to gain? And can your mind be changed with the information? Then it becomes more of a ghetto intellect, as opposed to a bunch of people yelling and screaming over each other. Because I watch the whole things. You know what I mean? I may not be done. I go to sleep to it. I wake up to it. I drive to it. It's fire.
Right.
So again, for the people that have, earlier I saw you was like I was a fan favorite. Like I said, I'm not watching the chat, so I don't see what's going on in the chat. But I feel like I can debate with anyone on the show simply because I'm not looking at it from a point of winning or losing. Period. You know what I'm saying? So they be like, yo, Evergreen G got smashed, and I'm like, no, I didn't.
Right.
Because he actually gave me some information and changed my mind.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? This is why you still got Kevin, the Cornerstone still arguing up and down for Kevin Knox, when we got all the information in the world that says that he needs to go. This is why you got people going back and forth about Alfred Payton when we have debatable information that says he needs to go.
Yeah, they're not processing information. They're not processing information.
They're not trying to process. They believe what they believe, and Freezy's the guy to give it to them. You feel what I'm saying? So they just gonna try to kill each other, and it's a good show. So I just wanted to congratulate you with all that you got going on, because there's no other sports fan base that I've seen on any platform that allows for the entire world to view, while regular average Joes have the opportunity to scream at each other for 2 hours, as opposed to a 10-minute set of the other network, who I will not say because I don't rock with them like that.
Right.
10-minute set where these guys are talking about something and spewing propaganda, if you will. So congratulate Freezy and everything that he brings to you, because it's needed. It's needed.
And so I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. And when I say thank you, man, I really mean it. But I have an open question.
Got it. I'm here.
I have an open question. Do you want this smoke or not?
see, all right.
Do you want this smoke or not?
Listen, I would like to witness the smoke.
Freezy said you said all of that to say.
Yeah, I got you. Thank you
for appreciating everything, man, and being super complimentary. But do you want this smoke or not?
What's the debate topic?
The debate topic is who is the best debater in the Knicks universe, right? Because I'd love for you to debate about how I am the best debater in the Knicks universe, and I'll give you fuel too, because I'll debate anybody and win. I ain't gonna dance around. I'm double parked. You give me a topic, I'll debate anybody. I'm the best. I don't need to practice. You know what I'm saying? I wake up as the best debater. I would debate Stephen Fox if it came to it. And Foxy is one of the dudes I respect the most, but he can get this smoke if he wanted. I'll debate anybody. And you know what? The thing about it is, and I know Foxy is not that guy, but what I'm saying is when it comes to this competition, there's about 15 guys just like myself that feel the same way. Like dudes like Mo be like, hey, I love you, Uncle Freezy. You my guy. But if you get in this debate arena, I'm gonna eat you. And I'm like, wow, this is Mortal Kombat style.
Freezy, I got you, and I understand. The problem with that question and somebody who thinks like me is that when the topic comes up, I'm not looking at it from a standpoint of beating someone.
Okay.
Right? Like, I get it, right? I would say I want to smoke with everybody, but I'm only in it to learn something. That's why my first question was, well, what is the topic?
Well,
you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you was to tell me, we'll just use this as a quick example. You know what I mean? Nothing serious. If you was to say the topic is LeBron James better than Michael Jordan? Right? Just not or whatever. Is LeBron James better than Michael Jordan? Right? I would entertain the debate only from the standpoint of figuring out where people's coming from. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not in it for the reasons, for the glory of I want to smoke. I'm in it to gather new points of view. So yeah, I want to smoke. I want to smoke with everybody. But what's gonna happen is someone's gonna give me some new information. I'll be like, oh shit, excuse my language. You're right.
Right.
You're right. And the debate's over. So I'm not the guy. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not the guy for what it is that you're doing. I'm the listener. And I might even go so far as to throw other debaters in the chat new information. But I'm the listener. I'm not the guy to be wrestling back and forth, especially when you're making solid, logical points without the fallacies, without the emotionalism. When you make those solid points, I'm the first guy to be like, you know what? Maybe LeBron James is better than Jordan. Or vice versa. You see what I'm saying? So I want the smoke, but there's nobody that's been on the platform yet that has came with that mindset and that standpoint that would make me even intrigued enough to come up there and be like, yo, this guy might be able to sway my mind about something.
Right.
So I'm ready for the smoke. Give me the topic and find someone who can come with that kind of mentality, and now I'm ready for verbal intercourse.
Wow.
So we got to get the topic, Freezy. What's up?
Wow.
We got to get the topic. If
Pause, by the way. We
Gotta
need a
get the
pause
topic.
after
It's gotta
that.
be right too.
Yeah.
It can't be like I'm the champ right now because I'm the champ. Whether I've debated or not, I'm the champ.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought Muhammad Ali
Because
was a
I'm not
great
here
talker.
to win
Right.
or lose. I'm not here to win or lose. I'm not
Right.
here to win or lose, baby. You feel
Right.
what I'm
And
saying?
well,
So when you find the guy,
so a couple things. So a couple things real quick. So for one, you're not the Lawrence Sears debate champ. That belongs to Sports Violence TV. He earned that. His title is untarnished, unblemished. He's undefeated, right? So he'll have a problem with you saying that, and so what he'll say to you is he'll gladly debate you, but you have to work your way up the rankings. And secondly, I love the way you used the Bruce Lee method of calling out opponents. Right.
And by the way, 0.5, he ain't copped some bottles. He copped the whole bar. But
Right.
that's a sidebar. That's a sidebar.
So I love it. I love it. And so what happened is the debaters are probably sleeping right now, but when they watch the replay and hear what you said, your name is gonna ring hot in these Lawrence Tears streets like something you ain't never heard before. They're gonna be like, come get some, especially the Moles of the world, the Devons of the world, the Joe Maddens, the Coach Zacks. They all are like, you ain't just gonna step in here and take their spot. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if you want, that's fine.
there's a few things that you said. There's a few names that you said that I have already quote unquote shut down on MBK.
Oh no! Don't do that.
So this is what I'm trying to say. Like, oh, it's the truth. Freezy, listen. You can't hide from the truth. If you jump on MBK, and a lot of the people that's here, that listen to this show, that they come from the MBK family. We all a big family. So
Right.
Go through the chat right now for the people that listen on the chat, and some of the names that you said when that person makes a point on MBK, and I'm the follow-up. It's quiet. It's quiet. You don't got to take it from me, because I even go back through and I listen to the shows that I've been on, and I'll go back through and kind of watch the chat just to see, like, am I tripping with the things that I said? Let me see if other people can kind of agree with me. And that's not my consensus for choosing or determining whether I'm right or wrong about something. But that's just one that gives me peace of mind to let me know is the points that I'm making valid or not. So you can go to the chat right now with the people that see what's going on from the chat and see what I've said or points that I've made on MBK show, and they will vouch for me. This is not my words. It's my words, but it's my paraphrasing. You feel what I'm saying? So, and I'm not here to ruffle feathers and choose out what person I did what. The fans know, the viewers know, the people that don't jump on the chat know, the people that's in the chat, the people that do debate, they know. They know.
Okay.
So I'm not the guy. I'm not selling wolf tickets. I'm not doing none of that. If you, again, Freezy, if you get somebody that's there, I'll go ahead.
G, I'm asking you, do you want me to add your name to the roster of the Lawrence Tears Debate League?
Yeah, because all that talk doesn't get you. All that talk doesn't get you up the. It gets you. You still gonna be like 14th, ranked 14th.
Right. I'm asking you. Are you looking to join?
Put me in. I guess. Put me in. And the reason I say I guess is because, again, y'all are looking at it from a competitive level. I'm not here to compete. I can just come in and do verbal intercourse and chop it up. So
So you want to be a guest? So you want to be a guest? So you just want to be a guest?
So you want to be an analyst?
I could be an analyst. That's cool. I'm with it. Listen, I'm with whatever. I love the MBK family. I love the Born Sears family. Knicks on the drive. Knicks, I love it all. All I'm saying is, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm around.
Okay.
If there's a point that I made at any point in the entire broadcast nation of the MBK family that somebody completely disagrees with, and there's a few people that have disagreed with stuff, they can bring those points up. They can give me a shout out. Somebody hit me on the jack. Yo, somebody's calling you out for a particular point that you made that is illogical, that don't make no sense. I'm here to defend that. But with defending that also comes from me being able to say, you know what, I was wrong and you're making sense.
Are you free tonight?
So,
are you free tonight?
What time?
So it'll probably be around 9:30 or 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm free.
Okay. Okay. So I want to set something up, right? Tonight. So just to test the waters, maybe we can set you up with a 1-round novice bout, right? Just so that you can do your thing, and against somebody else who has been itching to get in and do their thing also. And then that way you can test the water, see if you like it. If not, then it it is what it is. But man, I gotta wrap up, man. I gotta take baby doll to breakfast, right? And so,
Right.
Evergreen, I got your contact info, so I'll hit you up, right? But what I'm mad at though is that you gave Sim the dopest beat. How you gonna give Sim the dopest beat for the shoot around? I know that's you. I know that you did it.
Yo, I told you already. If you wanted something from me, you got it. So don't get mad at me. I gave Sim that beat last year. I gave Sim that beat last year. He just now decided to use it.
Hey, so can you give us? Can you give us?
This is the guy who make the beats. I remember him.
Yeah, and so just real quick before I jump off, man, because I got somebody standing in the door looking at me, and I don't want to debate her, right? So here's the thing: can you make us a dope Lawrence Tears Debate League beat as an intro? Can I pick one?
Freezy, I will whatever you want.
Okay.
Whatever
Done.
you want.
Done.
I
Done.
you that already. Whatever you want.
Okay.
Whatever you
Done.
want. I got you.
Right. Word. And so what we'll do is feature it and put your name on it so you can get the credit, and it'll be the Lawrence Tears Debate League anthem.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Okay. All right.
Freezy, whatever you want. This is your baby. This is your show. You're the curator.
Hey man. Hey.
Payton can't shoot.
Yeah. hey.
It goes chop.
Yeah. Hey, so I got to get out of here to do
Morning,
other
Chop
stuff.
Low.
But I'll see y'all in about. I guess I'll see y'all in about 3 hours on Legion's joint, because I think Legion is gonna do a watch along. So I'm gonna jump back in on Legion joint and chill out with him, and then I'll see y'all later on tonight.
Peace and love, Nick family.
Salute, peace.
Nick family.
Peace. Yep, peace.